hide you in plain sight if you can remove your preference and your perspective and your politics and put his purpose and his priority at the forefront of your life. God hides his deliverers even if it's inside insecurity, because God sees who you're becoming and not who you're hiding. In Exodus, he hid Moses in the palace. He was raised by Pharaoh. He was raised in the house of the oppressor, and he was raised in the very place that he would free his people from. This system designed to destroy Hebrew children funded, educated, and protected Hebrews' future liberator. God hid Joseph in the prison to prepare him for the palace. He positioned him for power in the pit before people even realized who Joseph was. As a slave and as a prisoner in Egypt, God purposed him and he positioned him to prosper him for the betterment of his people and everyone that would come behind him. Joseph learned administration, discernment, and leadership long before influence, and he learned it in the pit, not in the palace. Why? Because God always hides his deliverers in plain sight. And what looked like delay was divine development. God hid Esther in plain sight. He hid her inside of a pagan empire, in a beauty contest, inside a godless place. Her proximity to power became the doorway to deliverance. God hid Gideon in plain sight. He was hiding in a pit in fear, and God called him mighty warrior. He was hiding in the threshing winepress, and God hid him not just in the winepress, but from his enemy. God named him by his destiny, not by his condition. Why? Because God hides his deliverers in plain sight. God hid David on the side of a mountain as he was tending to the sheep, and he anointed him as king. In the fields, he was a shepherd, but on the throne, he was the king, because God hides his deliverers in plain sight. Israel's next king wasn't overlooked by God, only by people. Because God hides kings where faithfulness matters most. Most of the time, faithfulness matters when no one else can see it. If you have not already picked this up by scripture or by your own life, God hides deliverers inside of broken stories. God hid Samuel inside of a dysfunctional house. He raised him around a corrupt religious system, and inside Eli's dysfunctional priesthood, God elevated and raised Samuel, and God planted a prophetic voice where leadership had failed. And this is what I've learned about God when I look at the life of Samuel. God plants reformers inside of decaying institutions. Your past does not disqualify